Not Corona, I promise you. Are we up and running? I hate sneezing. Not all that much, actually. $90, how we doing?
Before we get started, I just wanted to remind you all that tomorrow is T-Slape Live, which is the In's ability to use 6 PM UK time to talk about the future. I feel we need to approach a topic that is of the utmost importance to understand, namely the very idea of life's survival in Sol. It really shouldn't be too surprising that this is a fear for us in this present moment. Destiny's narrative is at a pivotal moment, and Guardians en masse are preparing to embrace whatever dark powers will be found on Europa, thus leading to a completely different era of Destiny. However, there is a much bigger notion that one must understand if one is to appreciate the gravity of the situation in which we find ourselves, which is, of course, that we know where the future is headed. After the year of Destiny 2 Beyond Light, we'll be seeing the stage set for the upcoming Witch Queen and Lightfall expansions in 2021 and 2022. It's the latter of those two expansions, Lightfall, that has the community asking all the questions. In this video, I'm going to be talking about whether there is some evidence that the darkness will indeed be the end of all things, or at least all things in the solar system come Destiny 2 Lightfall. I want to refer to the power of the darkness, and I want to take a look to some of the older pieces of lore dating all the way back to Destiny 1 Vanilla, and try to piece them together with newer pieces of lore that may point to where humanity's future in the solar system will leave us, or whether we will have to abandon the solar system to survive. But before we start, I want to echo something pointed out by Datto in his video on Lightfall and whether it would be the end of Destiny, because it's an entirely relevant question, both for the sake of the studio and whether they would continue to make the games, and for the plot. There have been some who speculated that this is what will lead to the end of Destiny's universe, as it not only coincides with the end of the 10-year plan from the original Bungie Activision contract, but in addition, the name Lightfall seems to openly imply that there's an ending to the light or the Traveler of some sort. Datto has, however, stated that there is no logic in Bungie ending something profitable, and certainly
Mr.
that is
Rave
the case
Hat.
for...
Sorry, I was looking down at my phone. Hopefully you're still there. I am currently watching some Destiny 2 lore. I don't know if you're a fan of the game at all. It's a game with very mixed reviews. Mr. Rave Hat, how you doing?
or Destiny. I just happen to agree with him on this point. Furthermore, he stated another opinion that I also hold, which is that Bungie will likely have some cataclysmic event that will move the game's narrative and...
Yeah, I'm not... I can end it. I'm not a huge FPS person. I like... Oh, what is this up in here in the corner? Oh, because I minimized it? Interesting. I typically don't play a lot of FPSs. Destiny 2 is good for the lore, but even on this channel, I play a lot of different games. Most of them are not FPS. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I play a lot of I play Warhammer. I play. I've played League a few times on the stream with some friends of mine. No Man's Sky, I guess, is technically an FPS, but not really. Sometimes Minecraft, a lot of strategy. Among Us. Yeah, the classics are good. But yeah, I play Warhammer, Total War Warhammer 2 and 1 a lot. And was eventually my plan tonight, but I was watching a lore video on Destiny. I also play I've played Among Us a few times, which is the big popular one right now. But how you doing, Mr. Rave Hat? Where are you from? Oh, wow. Well, welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining. Yeah, I was kind of shocked that I got a lot of the people that follow me now are European, and it kind of shocked me. I was like, why? But I realized because I live in Japan, and my peak. I am from America, but I live in Japan at the moment. And so right now it's 10 p.m. for me, but it's like peak time in Europe, I guess. Yeah, I am from California originally. And so my sliding doors, and I don't know if this is evidence, but well, there's that. But yeah, I am one to live. Yeah, I can. The first 6 months were really bad. I didn't have any friends out here, and so the area I moved to. So in college, I came out here for an internship, but I was in a completely different part of the country. I was way in the north. I don't know how much you know about Japan, but there's another island up north called Hokkaido, and I was on that island for 3 months. And so I know people there. And then I had some friends that were from the same school of mine that moved to a city in Osaka. But I moved up towards the Tokyo area, and I know no one here. I've never even been here before I moved out here. And so, yeah, especially not knowing anybody in this area was very isolating, the first 6 months. Recently, it's been better, which I've been out here for 2 years now. So I have some friends finally, and I've been getting into the swing of things and more settled here. But yeah, it's there can be those foreigner isolations, especially when you're around. It's weird being around a place where your first language isn't spoken. And I'm learning Japanese, but even though I'm learning that and I can communicate partially with people, there's still something about just talking and not having to really think too hard about conversation. Oh, so you're not European, or you're not from Malta originally. You could be British, I guess, and then have moved to Malta. And, America's not the only English-speaking language or country. Ah, okay. Yeah, it's super helpful. Because not a lot of people speak English out here, even though everybody takes English classes, but they kind of view language odd in a sense, because Western languages function differently. So like English is technically related to German and Latin, but like Asian languages or Eastern languages, the way you think is so different. So like here, when they study like a language, Japanese, for example, when they study their own language, it's like literally just study, 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 read, write, study, 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 read, write, study, study. And a lot of people try to learn English that way, just study, 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 read, write. But that's why like a lot of people have, like they can't get the pronunciation correctly and things like that. And like, it's just because the schools are just like, no, read, write, read, write, read, write. It's like, no, for English, it's the opposite. Like, because in Japan, like Japanese language is kind of interesting. The context comes from reading and writing. And like, so getting like the speaking part down without reading and writing is very difficult to do. Like, and so like I've kind of hit a brick wall because like what I've kind of picked up from the small, like what I can. And then also I was studying at one point, but it's like, you kind of hit a brick wall unless you want to continue studying like the actual reading and writing. But like English, I think is different. It's like you gotta learn before the context comes from learning to speak and like getting used to it. That's nice. Yeah, English and Japanese is interesting because all of the sounds that are in English are in Japanese, but not the backwards. So English has sounds that Japanese doesn't have. So like pronunciation for the sounds at least is easier for like Americans trying to learn Japanese, but not opposite. But the easy part for Japanese people when learning English that we have a hard time is Japanese people already learn the reading writing system in school, so that's one thing they do get. And so if they have listening practice, they're really good. Like they can actually get good, but they need a lot of speaking listening practices. But because Japanese has kanji, which is 3,000 characters, it's wild. Like so, I know like 40, and that's more than the alphabet, and I'm still not even like I'm like less than 2% done studying. Yeah, the R sound is weird because it like there's three sounds. So there's symbols. It's weird. There's the da di do de ro symbols. Because they don't have just consonant. Every consonant has a vowel sound except for the N sound that they have. They have N, and that's the only one that has no vowel sound with it. So they're R's, but it's like a mixture between R and L because like at least American pronunciation, R is in the back of the throat. You pull your tongue back and you go rah. But like Japanese, when you do a da di da da, it's at the front like an L, but you go a dot 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 dot. And it almost sounds like a D, an L, and an R all rolled into one. But there's no sounds that they make that they pull their tongue in the back. And so like getting them to do that is so like difficult because it's like no rah rah, not da da, like where the sound comes from. Yeah. Well, ours different in like every language. Like almost it's so weird because like we say but like I know Spanish, like I'm half Mexican, my mom speaks Spanish, I don't speak fluently at all, but like the rolled r's like rojo, burrito, things like that, like that's like not a thing in English really. And so I can't even imagine if like somebody who's like Japanese tries to learn Spanish. They probably could do it, but it would take more work than even English. Yeah. I don't know how I don't know the British way of pronouncing it. I think it's very open. I'm trying to think of the accent right now. I don't know the British pronunciation or the various like right, you know, all the R words. Yeah, a lot of languages roll it. Even the British roll their R's. Interesting. What about when they say the word red? like R-E-D, things like that. Dedo. They kind of do both. See, red, British pronunciation. Let's see it. What is that? The Ensar. How you doing, the Ensar? Oh, there's a little bug right there. Where'd it go? It's like a gnat or something. Interesting. Let's watch this video that shows the British pronunciation of red. Because that's actually curious. I never really think about it. I work with somebody from Wales too. And I haven't even thought about it. Maybe next time I'll listen a little closer, see how he pronounces it. I don't know if you speak English, the Ensar, but I only speak English, so I'm sorry. And a little bit of Japanese. But that is not Japanese and not English. Okay, hold on. How do I... Window capture. Here we go. We'll just bring it here because I'm too lazy to pop it up. It's only 11 seconds.
Red.
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 Red. Interesting. What about English? English. British English. British versus American accent. I've never done this before. Adana. How you doing? How you doing, Adana? No. Adana. Say what you see. American 50.
Okay, I'm going to show you.
We are not going to get through 50 of these, but I'm going to watch. We're going to watch a few of these. I'm kind of curious myself.
50 things, okay? 50 different things. I just want you to tell me what you see, how you call this thing that you're looking at, okay? Starting with this one. What do you see?
A purse.
Oh, a purse or a bag?
It's a handbag, I would say. What's in her hand, the green thing?
A wallet.
That actually is a purse, because it carries her money. This girl has some hair on her forehead. What do you call that?
Bangs.
Bangs? Fringe. Call it a fringe.
Fringe.
What's in the corner of the room?
Corner.
Teddy bear.
What's the teddy bear in?
A crib.
A crib.
A cot.
Yeah, a lot of the R's are more like oh sounds. Yeah. John Cleese. John Cleese is a fantastic. I love the Pythons. Yeah, well, from that even just the sound, a cot, or a crib, not so hard. Our R's are more sounding, I guess, and they're more sounding. Interesting. We are just Americans are just more single. We have less variation in the way we pronounce R, while I feel like British has more, maybe like 3 or 4 pronunciations. We're just more right, red, ring. So the Ensar, how you doing? Yeah, the like Glasgow accent is nutty. Rather peculiar. Yolova. And Irish. Oiras. Just right around there. I can't do an Irish accent. I'm trying. It sounds sad. Aye, what a lovely sack of potatoes you've got there. Aye, midsummer's a nice time of year. Right around the corner there. Yeah, there's definitely rolls. Yolava. Yolova. I don't know what that means. Say the word Yalava. Yeah, who knows? It's funny because all of my family, like, well, not all, my dad's side is all Northern European. However many generations back, because my family's been in the States for like 7 or generations or so. So before 7 generations, which is like a few hundred years, we were all Northern European. So I don't know where from. My dad just did one of the DNA tests. So I just took a DNA test. I found that out. That he's like 100% Northern European, like all the Slavic, like I think it was like Ireland, Scotland, of course, England, and then like the Slavic language, like Slavic countries. So it's like, oh, I'm a little Viking, a little bit of Irish, but it was like literally everything was within Northern Europe. And then my mom, who his family is Mexican, took it and is like from everywhere. Ah, yeah, that's nice. And say the words Kurtla Vadisi. Hopefully I'm not swearing. I do my best to keep this relatively clean. But if it's funny, I'll say it. Kurtla Vadisi. I don't know what accent I'm going with here. I'm just saying accent. That sounds good. Kurtla Vadisi. Kurtla Vadisi. Vadisi? Vadisi? Oh, we look similar. You must be a good-looking human being then. Mimiti. That's meaty. Mimiti. Memiti. Now I'm trying to. That was like Memiti. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think all the. I don't know. I thought Finland was one of the Slavic places. Definitely thought it was Slav. Could be wrong. I just assumed the American education system doesn't do very well anymore. Sadly, like, we used to be number 1, and now we're like 15 or 16 in the whole world. It comes through. Definitely comes through. People will be talking to me. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I just assumed. It's not a Slavic. What? I would be happy to be Finnish because, dang, I mean, during the Winter War, there was a lot of BAs from Finland that came from that, and that's some of my favorite history. Was it Hokklar Dusmi? This word in English is chokulor. Really? Slavic countries. Oh, yeah, I am being an absolute stupid head right now. See, American education system. I was really wrong. Not the Slavic link, because that's Russia. I'm not from Russia. I'm not the West. It's Northeast. Well, I was wrong. This is embarrassing. Hello. I shouldn't speak without knowing what I'm talking about. Yeah, Slavic is all the west side of Russia or west side of Europe and Russia. I'm definitely not Slavic. I am Northeastern. For some reason, I was mixing Slavic. Those weren't the Vikings. That was what. I know better than that. I'm sorry. I'm not Slavic. I was Northeastern. Because I even said that. I said like England, Ireland, Slavic. And I was like, total. Yeah, I jumped. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Good thing I'm looking at a map right now to correct me. I literally just Googled Slavic countries. Yeah, Finland. Mattresses. Finland mattresses is what came up. The country. Yeah, what are those countries? Like, there's like, Finland, Sweden. those that group of countries up there. What is it? Norway. It's not Slavic. Clearly, it's not. I'm a dumbass. Nokia. Heck yeah. Sweden. Welcome to Sweden. Welcome to Norway. Well, I apologize for my stupidity. I'm definitely not Slavic. I'm not related to Russian at all. I was Northeastern Europe, I remember, at least on my dad's side. Again, I default back to Chocolar Dusansin. I didn't pronounce that right at all. I default that the American education system didn't teach me well. What are those countries called? Those three. Finland, Sweden, Norway. It's like Iceland maybe is counted all that. I don't know. Marmar, how you doing? Nordic. It's just Nordic. Well, look at that. I don't even know my own cultural background. We're looking, I'm talking to Mr. Rave Hat about how I said I was Slavic. I didn't know what that meant because I meant Northeastern Europe, which is the Nordic countries. And I was being, yes, I Googled, I'm on the Google now. Thank you. I feel like a dummy because I was like, yeah, my dad did a DNA test and I was like, yeah, it showed him to be Slavic. And I was using big words that I didn't understand. Look, I'm educated. My college education was not in geology, okay? I'm not a geologist. I don't know maps. It's geography. I do know that. The geology was a joke. Please forgive me. I'm not that stupid. Yeah. So I am Nordic background. My dad's side of the family is Nordic. I was saying Slavic. I didn't know the difference. No, Nordic. Yes, he was all Northern European, English, Irish, Scottish, and the Nordic countries is where his DNA test showed up. My mom's side, as she is Hispanic, I mean, it matters in some sense. The reason why Americans care about it so much is because there isn't, unless you're a native, we all come from Europe. So all our family and our culture and things like that is European. Like I said, there are the Native Americans or the indigenous peoples and like Cherokee, Navajo, Blackfoot, various ones. So there are, of course, the original actual Americans. And then there are all of us who are like of European ancestry or wherever, because it's mix. So it's kind of unique compared to good to know, because this is notably like my family. Like you tell people who are related to us, like that's the thing that everybody's like, yeah, the brow especially. Like when you're like, oh yeah, that's one of us. We can tell because of the brow. Every time, especially the men in the family, always have the brow. So yeah, Americans care about like that kind of stuff because, especially like me, I was born and we had no idea. I've just been American my whole life, like, but like that's not a race, right? Like that's like it's just yo, it's pressed carrots. The juice is here. And so I was just curious because, like, right, if you're born in Finland, most likely you're Finnish, things like that. So you kind of know it's like, oh, this is my race, my culture, my background. But like in America, it's just like, you're white. Like, that's it. There is no, I'm Finnish, I am Slavic, I am Northern European, I'm British or whatever. It's just, you are white American. There you go. And so, no, I'm not offended. And nor do I hope anybody else is offended. This is a safe place to talk about that. And then I was just curious. So like, we didn't know actually, because we didn't know where my dad's side of the family was from. So we like, my dad decided to do the DNA test thing. And it was just like, oh, you're all Northern European, like 100%. I was like, oh, makes sense. My mom took it and it's like literally everywhere mixed, because her family's from Mexico. So she has like Spanish in her. So I'm like Southern European a little bit as well. She has native Mexican. So like the continent of America, not as in the United States, but the continent of Northern America, native American in that sense, I have in me. And then there was like 1% African somewhere in my mom's bloodline, which is weird. I don't like, so I'm 0.5, I guess. How you doing, Press Carrots? Dude, this is the boy right here. This is the homie. This is the homie in real life. So yeah, Americans, we all have that 1%. Yeah, you know what I mean. I don't take that. Hey, Efemir, thank you for being follower 91 today. Muchas gracias, señor. How you doing? Or señora or señorita, depending on what language we're trying to speak. Yeah, so I'm all mixed. Mom's side is Mexican, which is both native Mexican and Spanish, and my dad's side is just North European, super white. Like, that's why I look like a regular white guy, is because my dad is so white, he's pink. And then me being half Mexican ended up just me looking like a regular white guy. Oh, by the way, thank you for asking. I do have a Discord. Feel free to totally follow it or jump in on that, guys. Let me post the link in chat. The reason why I do it this way and I don't have it on my channel just yet is because I'm lazy, and that's 100% the reason. And that's really about it. Yeah, oh, pink. He's not white, he's pink. Yeah, join the Discord. Also, because apparently Discord, for those of you who are fantastic enough to follow me, thank you for your love and support. Twitch, I've had some of my followers complaining that my Twitch, my Twitch doesn't always notify them when I jump on. So that's kind of sad. So I set up I'm not active on it because I just made it like 3 days ago, but I made a Twitter which should be more consistent in notifying you, because apparently Twitch doesn't do its job and notify people, but Twitter does. I looked it up on Reddit. Apparently this is a problem that many like new affiliates have for whatever reason. It's either their system is intentionally doing it or something's broken, but it's been recently a lot of people have complained about that. So I'm sorry for that. It's not my fault. I looked into it and the fix was, well, get a Twitter and let people know. So join the Discord, join the Twitter if you want to keep up with what I'm doing. At the moment, not yet. I am in no voice chats at the moment at all, actually. But we don't worry about that right now. I will be actually, by the way, actually in a few minutes, I will jump into that because every now and again, I play Among Us with the fam. The main thing today is just talking about race, I guess. No, I want to do another jump into Among Us with us guys. So Ephemer48. Yeah, truthfully, I don't jump onto trendy games too much because trendy games cost way too much money, but it was only 500 yen, which is like $5 and like 4 euros, I guess. I can't beatbox myself, but yeah, we'll jump into a game of Among Us if you guys want to join. And I know it's kind of annoying, but if you don't have it on computer, you can play. Look, if you don't want to join the voice chat, that's fine. Just don't stream snipe me. You can have my stream up in the background, but do not, cheat. No cheating. But if you guys don't have it on PC, it's free on mobile. You have to watch an ad every now and then, but you don't have to pay for it if you want to play with us. I'm down for that. I don't care. It is cross. Yeah, we'll get it going. We'll do it live on the stream. Yo, we're racing. What are we racing? Pressed carrots. Yeah, let me we'll do that in a bit. I'm down to just chilling, talking to you guys, asking about Talkie Boys Discord. Oh, man, look, I'll jump in and be oh, you're joking. Dang it. I was going to say I will jump in, be the moderator, but I can't beatbox. Not really. I could just say boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats, but that's really about it. Ephemer. So where are you at from Mr. Ephemer? Yeah, well, don't worry about that, Ephemer. I'm not rejecting you. I'm saying at least within the next few minutes. Matete kudasai, which means please wait. Oh, no. We will. I'm not saying no. I'm saying choto mate kude, which is please wait a little in Japanese. Good question. Something to talk about, especially because on the reverse side, welcome to the party, Mr. Ephemer. Hey, I accept any people from all around the world. You are welcome here. I do not condone any kind of belittling or racism or anything of that nature. So be known that I do talk about race, but I want to bring positivity and acceptance from people rather than actually I do not enjoy